I'm a big comedy fan, but I don't like stand-up comedy. Like I don't like watching
Yeah.
but I'm a huge comedy fan. Like I like other mediums of comedy, but stand-up is not my shit. Do you like?
No,
you
I
know,
don't like stand up either.
Yeah,
There's only like 2 comedians that I
Mhm.
can think of in my head right now that I actually laugh at. No, 3 actually. It would be Hannah Berner, Chelsea Handler is funny to me, and Nate Bargatze is funny to me. Are they funny to you?
Not one, but 2 women. Wow.
Yeah, no, the male comedians, the male comedians are just not. They don't do it for me.
She said Chelsea Handler.
Yeah.
I think she's hilarious. I think
Yeah,
she's
no,
great.
I love her.
She's
Her
a great
humor-
host too. Like
Yes.
she that's what makes her hosting so good because she's funny. But
Yeah.
like she has that like sassy
Yes.
when she did Diddy. Do you seen that during the Diddy trial? They talked about one of the times he was on Chelsea Handler's show with Dirty Money, the group, the 2 lady singers, and how like he showed up super high and shit, and like Chelsea Handler like. He showed up late and high, and Chelsea Handler like on live TV, kind of like humiliated him, like did him like with jokes and stuff, roasting on him and shit.
Yeah.
She's funny, she's good.
No, she's unapologetically her,
Yeah.
and that's what I like. I gravitate towards her humor because just like she's like
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, I feel,
Try
her
not
and,
to cuss on
do
here.
you no, you can, you can.
I know,
I'll start. Fuck.
no, but the digital footprint, like I try not to like.
Oh, okay, right, my bad. Take it back. Damn. Wait, that's a bad word too. Is that a
Damn.
bad word? Damn. What's that? Fuck. Whitney Cummings. You know Whitney Cummings?
No, I don't
She's
actually.
she's really funny. She's a female comedian. I think she's really funny.
Oh, cool.
I think she's funny, and she's the same like kind of bossy type shit. Like
You know
like,
who also is really funny to me, which I don't think a lot of people our age know who this is, and you'll surprise me if you do know who this is, because he's a late night talk show host. You know who Bill Maher?
Bill Maher.
Bill
Yeah.
Maher. Bill
Yeah,
Maher.
yeah.
Okay, so you know who he is.
Yeah,
Because not
yeah,
people
yeah.
our age watch him.
Yeah.
I grew
Bill-
up watching him with my
Mhm.
parents,
Mhm.
and I think his satire and his unapologetically like, serious humor. He doesn't even laugh at his own jokes.
Yeah.
Like that to me.
That's
is
what
like,
makes
yeah.
it. It's like because it kind of seems like it kind of seems like he's angry. Like that's what makes it
Yeah.
funny. Like he's bitching kind of.
Yes.
Like, him, Bill Burr does that too. He's around the same age as Bill Maher, but I think like their comedy is like talking shit. Like
Yeah.
they're angry. I think that's funny.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I like.
I feel like when I'm an old person, when I get old, I'm like 70. Like I'm just gonna be like that. Like you get to say whatever you want when you're old.
Yeah.
Like you can just
Yeah.
complain about everything and be brutally honest. And everyone's like, "Oh, adorable!" Like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
feed him some peanuts or change his diaper or something.
No, literally, like
yeah.
you can be just authentically you, and you don't at that point you don't care
Mm,
what
mm.
anybody thinks or says about you, and I can't wait to
beautiful,
get to
man.
that.
It's like it's the same when you're a baby. You can throw up on people and everyone's like, "Oh, great!" You
Yeah,
do
you get a
whatever.
pass.
Yeah, and then you're an adult, and now everything you do is judged. And then when you're an old person again, you're just like a baby again. You get
Yeah.
baby privilege.
Exactly.
That's life. That's
Going
life.
back. It's a cycle.
Cycle of life. Then after that, what next? You believe in that? Are you religious?
Yes.
Yeah. So you believe in
Yeah.
So yeah. Damn. You don't ever battle with that? Like I feel like our generation and now times like we have so much information accessible to us about science and different theories. Like there's so many. We're able to read about so many different theories that I feel like that kind of not that it's necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like it kind of not took away from my faith because I grew up Catholic, not took away from it, but it certainly makes me question is it really what we grew up with the Bible, the church says, what happens when we're like you.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I understand completely what you're saying right now because I have a lot of my friends, we kind of talk about, like, we have these deep conversations of, like, is it really what it is? Is it really what we've known all of our life? I don't think I will ever steer away from my Christianity and my belief in God, but I do consider other types of, I don't even want to say, like, for example, I'm really into, like, spiritual stuff. So I like
Okay.
the idea of spirituality. I like the idea of, I'm recently getting into, like, astrology, kind of like why the moon and you being born at a certain time, like,
What's your
makes
sign?
you. I'm a Capricorn.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't know much
Guys, this
about
is
it.
another episode of Bad Duck.
Like, I don't know enough about it to even, like to sit here and talk about it. I'm
Yeah,
learning
about it?
newly
I love that.
about it.
I love that.
And I think it's really interesting to me because I have a couple of friends that are really into it. And the more I pick their brain about it, the more I'm like, oh, like, this is something that
Makes sense. Like there's some of these. I see the correlations sometimes. I
Yeah.
feel the same. I'm in the same boat. I don't know enough about it to
Yeah.
preach about it, but I know a service level of it, and I feel like there's some validity to it. You know, I feel like obviously there are people that just kind of bullshit with it, and use it any excuse, but there is some truth to it. It makes sense. I mean, the moon, from what we know, gravity. If I hit this mic again,
you move it around because you're a hand talker like me.
We were worried about you hitting the mic.
And it's you now.
Damn. The moon and gravity, something. You know, what is gravity? I was thinking about the other day. What is gravity? God, life frustrates me. Like, what does that even mean? Like, how do we know? Like, okay, gravity is the reason. All right, gravity's holding everything up. All right, like, how do you know that it's gravity that's doing that? Like, like we've been using we use like plants and shit wrong. Like we take Tylenol for headaches instead of natural remedies that work. We don't use a lot of our things the correct way. So how do we know we're even understanding what we're living in the right way?
That sounds like a little bit of an ego death that you're going through right now. it's to me, it's more of like, I like people who question everything. I like people who are like, why do I have to believe what I was taught growing up? There's got to be something else out there. And I like to surround myself with people that that question everything.
I'm that to a fault.
Yeah.
I'm that to the point where like I'll even argue something just because like if your point is like growing up, my parents, they're not like this no more. But growing up, my parents, you know, Catholic, Hispanic, they're older. Like they didn't believe in like gay marriage, right? So they would always like talk about that. And like I'm not gay, but I would get so frustrated that okay, this is how y'all think. Or why can't I think different? That I would sit there and argue with my dad about like why gay is good, okay.
Just to have a different perspective.
Yeah, just like I'm that to a fault sometimes. So maybe it's great. I love and I love people like that too. I love having friends that question everything. I would say though, it doesn't make for a good partner. I feel like in a relationship, like I feel like because I'm always questioning everything, so it's just like
that's a good point.
It's like, why did you say you love me 2 times today?
Yeah,
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's a whole different like realm. But I feel like question everything like our belief system and our like why do we believe this? So like going back to what we're talking about before that of like believing certain types of like I will be curious about certain types of belief systems or spirituality or even you could say occultism. I will be curious about it, but I will never put anything above God.
Your faith.
So my faith to me is like reigns over everything, and I feel like it's not a bad thing for me to be curious about certain types of things.
But you know your faith. You know
but I know my
roots.
faith. Like I'm really into like
God's happy hearing that shit right there.
Yeah, no, God's like that's my girl. But like I'm trying to I've been really into my Bible lately and really trying to like read it so much in depth that I analyze like every sentence and what it really means into like the Hebrew translation of it. So I've been really into that lately.
That'd be super fire. Would you ever do a book club around the Bible?
I really want to do Bible study. I really do, but I just feel like
you can't do it at the club.
I know, Bible study at the club. But I feel like, look, I'm trying to do more like non-traditional ways of getting people together that
you can't do at the club. Yeah,
I can do.
But people can only order wine.
That's right. Yeah. Only red wine.
Only red wine.
Because that's what Jesus did.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I figure out a way to kind of make it make sense.
That's flawed. I think that'd be. I'm thinking about the like covering the. Like going through the Bible and like breaking down the lines, kind of like. I think
everything has a deeper meaning of what I'm learning, and I'm like, it's really been mind blowing because I have people that are more knowledgeable than I am walk me through it. Like my cousin, she's like really, really invested in her faith, and she's like kind of took me under her wing as like my Bible mentor, and we go through it together. So, she knows a lot of like the Hebrew translations of it, so she will break it down to me, and then I will go and like research it myself or write it down myself. And it's just amazing because you got to think the Bible is like translated so many different times where it loses its meaning over time.
For sure.
So the Hebrew translations, like what that religion believes is the
it's the Old Testament, right?
Well, the whole thing is in the original version is in Hebrew, right?
Yeah.
But like right now we're in the Old Testament, but like everything kind of has a deeper meaning than what you even would know.
Well, I would ask myself. I woke up, I think today or yesterday, and I don't even know like why I'm asking you this question. But I like if you ever thought like I was like
Tell me.
I was thinking all right, like what in religion? I guess Christianity we believe like we can like if we ask when the first humans were, they can kind of say it right, like who the first humans were. Can they? And then like I'm thinking, okay, well,
Yeah.
can science say who the like what started? I don't like that shit confuses me.
Yeah, I feel like Scientology versus like Christianity, they will tell you completely different answers. It's more of like, what do you believe? You know, so Christians of course will tell you Adam and Eve.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
but people before them might tell you, the dinosaurs and the cave people. So it's like that. It's a hot debate that's gone on for centuries.
Dinosaurs. Don't get me started.
Yeah,
on
don't
dinosaurs.
even.
Remind me after we film, I'll have an idea. Just to alley-oop to you about the Bible thing, like some content-wise. I think it'll be fly.
You need to write it down because you might forget.
Yeah, I'll do it now and I'll edit it.
I would hate to think that like I'm the first person to think about that, but I feel like they need a more modern.
I'm about to say it's like shot like that, like shot kind of in some modern way where it's like it looks like it's genius. It looks like it's like a modern culture platform, but it's just talking about that.
That's kind of what I do for like books now. Like I try to break it because a lot of books that we read are super like what's like super philosophical, super like formal, super serious, and like a lot of people cannot grasp it until we actually sit down and discuss it and break it down. Like, well, what did you think about this?
And this is your book club.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing now for books. I'm kind of starting that up. So eventually, I hope that I would be knowledgeable enough on my Bible to do that.
Okay, like that. so when you like, so a book club, like you assign a book to the club, you already read it?
No.
So
this is all my first time reading it too. So like I have. Oh, don't get me started on book club because I can talk about book club forever.
Girl, that's one of the reasons you're here.
I love my book club.
What's the name of it?
It's called Knowledge is Power Book Club. Damn, you can find it on Instagram at Knowledge Power Book Club and on TikTok, which I'm really trying to grow TikTok. Like TikTok, I have a really good support base on TikTok. Like a lot of strangers are like always DMing me, asking me like, can you recommend me a book? I'm new.
Yeah.
And I see this platform as me taking in like, of me being kind of that influencer on TikTok. This is my dream.
Facts.
To basically encourage people that have never read before to like, I want to read now. Like this girl that I watch on TikTok, she makes these books seem interesting. Now because of her, I want to start reading.
Read this book. I don't want to
miss out. So that's what I'm trying to do. But on Instagram, it's a completely different following base. My followers on Instagram are more of like they either know me, they are actively in the book club, or they kind of want to see what we're up to and kind of like.
So the Instagram is kind of like the forum page. Like, hey, come here if you want to see our schedule type.
Exactly.
Shit.
And the TikTok is more of like book related topics I go over in my more in depth book reviews. The actual content.
Well, TikTok is more receptive to that stuff. Like TikTok, like the demographic of TikTok, they always engage in shit like that. Like it's people looking for shit to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're super engaging. Like oh my gosh, like I have like already 3 videos go viral, which is not like a lot, I know. But for me, like it's more of like.
Do I follow you on TikTok? I'll follow you on TikTok to this.
We probably do. And if not, I'll follow you now because that's the one. I have like 3 accounts on TikTok, but that's the one that is like means so much to me because I can actually be like my true, real nerdy self on there.
Yeah.
And they like it on there.
And they applaud it.
Oh, they applaud. They're like, oh, this girl, cool. And a couple people, I think they see it as like a girl who I don't feel like I look like the status quo like nerd. So they really take to that, and a lot of them will comment like, whatever you say, gorgeous. Like, oh, I'm gonna start reading because of her. Things like that. But I'm like, as long as you're reading.
Yeah, and guys too. Guys might be like, yo, I read too.
Yeah, a lot of guys.
Girls like you are the reason guys like post pictures of like they're reading. Like you're not reading, bro. Like you're.
I have honestly witnessed that several times.
Yeah, hell yeah. The book, LeBron James. I mean, he's reading that book upside down. Like, fuck yeah.
Like I noticed that like ever since I started being more vocal about like my my obsession for books and reading, like I've noticed a lot of guys that like will kind of sort of slide in and be like, so I read this book, what you think about it? So I start asking some questions about the book, and then I come to find out like no,
you got to copy and paste their answer and put on Google and take you to the page they got that shit from.
Like you got to do so much more research than that. But no, it's cool. I think I like to be this character of like, she doesn't look like a typical nerd. Like, and I'm aware of that. Like, I probably, if you were to see me out and about, you probably wouldn't think like she's obsessed with books. You know, I don't feel like I fit that typical. I mean, what is the typical
nerd?
Yeah, like character ideal image for like that type of. You know what I mean?
Kind of. I mean, it's mean. We're not gonna say it's mean to say it, but I mean, there's kind of a.
But there's something I think that's gone on over the years and depicted in movies and shows and even in books of like, this is what a nerd is. But I'm trying to work to like change that to be like a nerd can be anyone, and you should be proud if you like books, if you like gaining knowledge, if you like improving yourself. You shouldn't be this character that has no friends.
And there's a lot of nerds out there that don't look, and they're just like, but they also belong to other demographics of people, and they
Yes.
don't want to let that true nerd out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
a
yeah.
nerd, you don't have to be a nerd to like be a book nerd. You can be a anime nerd. You can be a creative graphic designer. You
Yeah.
can be a video game nerd. Like I feel
Music
like
nerd. You can be
Exactly.
obsessed. You can like be like me. I listen to the same song 47 times in one day, and then try to play it for my friends. You know, like
And then you're like, guys, listen to this
Yeah.
song, and then everyone's like, they don't understand the hype of it like we do. I'm a repeat song player too. So when I
yeah.
find that one song that I really like,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
What you want right now?
what am I on right now? I would say right now I'm on I don't even want to say this, but a lot of the like Afro Caribbean songs I hear at the club.
Okay.
I like will like Shazam them and be like, oh my, that one hits hard, because I love like Afro beats, like Afro Caribbean. So I will play them. I will be jamming in my car over and over again, like playing those same Afro Caribbean songs, and that's just what I'm on right now. But it does change.
Afro beats like rings a little thing in our Hispanic blood. Like it's like it's like being very familiar. We're like,
Yes.
oh, little.
No, but I meet a lot of people who don't like Afro beats, and they kind
Oh
of like.
yeah. Well, they also probably wouldn't like salsa. You know.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
That's like the
You're
greatest
right.
genre of all time.
That's what I'm saying.
Salsa romantica is the greatest genre
I
of all
can't
time.
find. Why are you hiding? Do you like Afro beats? You hiding behind that popcorn bag.
It's
you're like-
African. Yeah.
No, but I like the the
Yeah.
authentic like Dominican, like Cuban, like Afro beats. I'm talking about. I have a whole playlist for them.
I like mine from Lagos. I like mine from Lagos,
Oh.
Nigeria.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that for you.
I
Okay,
fucking
good.
love Nigeria. To me, Nigerians are like one of my favorite people, bro. Like if I could be anything other than I'm Hispanic, praise God, thank God. But like you know, what I'm talking about, if I could be anything else, it'd be Nigerian, bro. Oh man.
I respect that.
Yeah, gang.
Gang.
Music
to his ears.
No, it's facts. The guy you heard about Red Lobster? They have a new CEO. And he's a young Nigerian dude. And
Really?
he turned that whole. Check this, Red Lobster. They never promoted this. So when he became a new CEO, he started promoting this.
The seafood boils.
Huh?
Wait, what are you about to say? I thought you were.
No, Red Lobster they consume I think 75% of all the lobsters bought by America. I feel by America,
What?
and so they have like top of the top, like their lobsters top of the, because they buy the most, so they get the say of which and lobsters can't be farmed. Lobsters are only caught like in the wild, so it's lobsters like they get. So Red Lobster's always had top tier lobster, but they never promoted that. They should.
So
and
he
now
went
they
in there
know.
and started promoting it?
And now they're popping.
Well, now I actually recently heard that Red Lobster is actually starting out with, they've never done seafood boils before. But now they're actually selling seafood boils. And
Wow.
it's attracting a
They
lot
should
of
have
like.
been done that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Younger people, yeah.
Younger people who like
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
go to like crawfish spots for
Yeah.
those things. Now
Yeah.
Red Lobster has it.
A lot of
So,
RV people.
yeah.
I sent it to your phone.
Mhm.
Lobster, paradilla, pasta, bacon wrap scallops,
Oh.
like hush puppies.
Is that the new
like-
menu?
Yeah, like the new stuff he's adding.
Oh, these include menu revamps with new items like lobster, pepper. What the fuck is that? Pepper. You tell me. It's highlighted.
me see.
Lobster.
Oh, pappardelle pasta.
Popperdale.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds fancy.
It sounds like a town in Texas.
Revitalize the brand. Oh, good for him. See, that makes me so happy because, like, he just needed a young entrepreneur that knows what he's talking about. I mean, he looks fairly young to come in there and, like,
Oh, he looks young.
change it all up, you know?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all
yeah.
some companies need is that a Generation Z millennial mind to come in and revamp things.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
we are
yeah.
the new target audience.
Oh, dinosaurs got to move.
They gotta move. They gotta get out here.
They got to get everywhere in politics and
Yeah.
and everything. And that brings me to that. That's why, that brings me to so I'll edit out parts I have to edit out, but
Yeah.
So I work my 9 to 5. Like I told you before, I work for a law firm. I do their marketing, and I do their social media, the content, and everything. I do the editing. I definitely edit this part. Definitely underpaid because I when I think I do all the sponsorship events that we do. Like we sponsor a lot of events, so I go set up tent type shit. I set those relationships up. I shoot all the content, edit it, post,
Wow.
write captions. Giveaways. I keep in touch with absolutely every. I shoot
everything for that firm.
Yeah, live
Marketing wise.
absolutely emails. Every single thing. I'm I do, and so I feel like you are doing what I would love to do is you under your control under your business, you are you're doing marketing for law firms, but it's like kind of like they're your clients.
Yes.
And it's rather than you're their employee.
Yes.
How did you start as like somebody's employee doing that, or how did that come about?
Oh, this is a good one. So this is a really good one. So, yes, I did start as someone's employee. And when I got in this industry working with attorneys, I have been someone's employee several different times. So that is a wonderful question. And I honestly love talking about this because I think a lot of people, they see me as like still this kind of young entrepreneur. They're like, how did you get to do that, especially for that target clientele, which is attorneys for me?
Mm-hmm.
So, I started as an employee. I started several times as an employee. I restarted like maybe 2 or 3 times, 4 times maybe, as someone's employee. But every time I did it, when I was someone's employee in marketing in the legal industry, my ideas would kind of clash with the CEO's ideas, as in they always wanted something done one way.
Right.
And me in my Gen Z marketing mind you, I studied marketing, I'm passionate about marketing, I read books on marketing.
Right.
I think of things kind of one way, and the older generation, though the CEOs, current, they have
a different
perspective of marketing.
Right.
So I would notice in almost all of my positions, my ideas would kind of clash with theirs. And so almost every time I would kind of leave that job and be like, I feel like my light is being dim. Like my ideas are not being received. Like I can just do it better on my own.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 or 3 times when I would try to run my own business and I'd be like, man, it's not bringing in enough money. Like I need an actual job. So I would go get my job, and then I wouldn't last too long because I'd be like, nah, I need to do my own thing.
Right,
and I
right.
always went back to like, I can do it better on my own. And I know that I can. I can make more money, but it's hard. People don't talk about how hard it is to have that faith in yourself, to stick with it, to be broke for a little bit.
Did you save up money before? Like,
yeah. But when the first couple times I did it, I did have savings saved up, and I did have like bonuses that I had earned that I had kind of like put to the side of like, one day when I'm ready, I'm gonna go do my own thing. I'm gonna start my own brand. And so the first time I got to like quit, I guess, and like I'm gonna do my own thing, I was good. I was good for a long amount of time to kind of build up that brand to where people started to recognize me as like, oh, she's her own thing now.
Yeah.
I did it long enough to where it lasted me. But then it got to the point where it's like, okay, I can't, man. It's like the momentum kind of like, one thing people don't talk about entrepreneurs is that the momentum is not always high.
Oh, success isn't linear.
Yes,
Success
it really
isn't always like it's going to be.
Yeah. But I feel like I was very kind of open about it. I was like, you know what? It started off hot, it started off good, but then business got slow. And so I kind of need to kind of like make that my side hustle again. So I went back into the workforce, and then I was someone's employee again doing marketing for a firm. And I did that for long enough to where kind of the same thing started to happen. Like after long enough, the ideas started clashing again. I was like, I can like, trust me, I know it's good for this. Like I can do it. And the main thing is that these CEOs, these business owners, they want it to kind of like, for me as a director of marketing, as a director of business development, I'm the director, right? Like I should be I should have all the creative direction and ideas.
Right.
But it was more of like, I'm going to tell you how I want you to market.
Right.
I'm going to tell you how I want you to business develop, and you're going to do it this way. But my belief wasn't in that. I was like, that's not going to work. Like you've been doing that for this amount of time. It hasn't been working. Trust me in my position now to just take it under, what am I trying to say? Like, take it on my own way, basically. Take it my own path.
Especially if their way hasn't been working.
Yes.
And so, and you hired me to bring in fresh, new, ideas. So, how, I guess, like, is just the kind of, like, the energy between you and the CEOs now when it's they're your clients, it's just, the conversation is just different because,
thank goodness, because almost every single person I worked for, you know what they would always tell me, like when we would kind of depart from each other, because I would have to move on at some point, I don't stay in a place that I feel like my light is being dimmed, and I feel like I can't be the 100% creative capacity that I know that I have.
Right.
So almost all of them would tell me, if not all of them, would be like, you have that business owner mentality. Like you have the entrepreneurial mentality. Just go do your own thing. Like just do it. Almost all of them would tell me that. Like just do your own thing. Like they do tell me like, we don't feel like you're made to work for somebody. Like you need to just make your own brand. So a lot of people will tell me that, and that's kind of what.
Are any of them your clients?
Current clients? No. No. None of them are my current clients, but they do keep up with me still, and they're kind of some of them will be like, oh, I see what you've been doing. Like good job.
They just need. I know that they would prefer like they need somebody in like sometimes like inside. A lot of them like in house, but like
in house. Yeah.
I don't. That's like.
It doesn't. I don't agree with that.
Like,
but honestly, I wouldn't even go out and market. I wouldn't even want them to be my client. So I never even pitched the idea to him.
Yeah.
I never really kind of went on my way, be like, you know what, we can work. I did one time for people like we can work like separately, but logistically, like that just it wouldn't make sense. It was just me trying to keep that relationship that like I already knew was kind of over.
Because your ideas already clash, so they're not going to want to change to a completely different. Yeah.
So that's why it didn't really make sense. But there are. I think a big part of your curiosity is kind of like, how did you get all these attorney clients of like to trust you?
Yeah, like
to want to work with you.
Like, talk me through landing your first client, like with this business.
So for me, like in my positions in marketing that I did hold originally before I started my own thing. By the way, my own thing is known as Space City Injury Inc., which is like my legal industry marketing firm directory, I guess you could call it. But my umbrella over that is Mrs. Business Marketing LLC. So that's kind of where I bill from and kind of all my umbrella creative direction, but beneath that is my niche is legal marketing. So that's what Space City Injury comes into play.
And you studied that, or what would you go to school for?
I went to school for marketing and communications. Yeah, so it's kind of right up my alley. The reason why I started that was because in these positions working with the lawyers, when I was an employee of somebody, I was always in a marketing position. So I was either a marketing representative, then I went up to account executive, account manager. I was a manager at some point. And then my last position in marketing was a director of business development. So I kept going up the totem pole. So in those positions as a marketing, you have to network all the time. You have to be out there all the time.
Yeah.
Soon people start to know who you are.
Yeah.
And quickly, I was in the industry for I think about a year until people started to know my name. And people that I didn't work directly with knew who Reina was.
Aside, like not just she's that company's.
Yes.
Yeah, she's here with that company. No, she's Reina.
They knew who Reina was. They didn't directly affiliate me with that company I worked for at the time. I was Reina. And so I started to realize kind of the kind of people would describe me as, and not to toot my own horn, but this is something that I noticed right away that I kind of wanted to run with. Was like people would notice like people are just intrigued by her. People gravitate towards her. Her energy is magnetic. So whatever she's gonna do, she's gonna be good at it. And so she can be with any company she wants, but they're still gonna know her as Reina, not as Reina who works for so and so.
Right.
So that happened super quickly in my professional career of like people knew who I was. And so I decided like, okay, well, if people know who I am from the leverage was I was an employee, yes. Like, that's how else would I get out there?
Yeah.
But I knew I could make it on my own, too. Like, even if I wasn't attached to a company, they would still trust me. They would still work with me. I had enough credibility and trust, rapport built up that I knew I could go off and do my own thing and be successful.
Fast.
So that's why.
So you just reached out to maybe somebody that you met across, like.
Yeah, so these are contacts that I made, like, in my other positions. Like, we made the connect, but they still supported me and were with me along in my journey, even when I wasn't attached to that person. So it wasn't that company that was keeping us together. It was
just you.
Yes,
and so they followed
our
you.
personal relationship. Yeah. So whenever the news broke out that like, oh, she's on her own thing. She's doing her own thing. The connects that I made outside during that job followed me into my own journey outside the job.
And they would see you post about it.
Yes.
And then they would
So my social media persona didn't even come about until I was already like well known in the industry. So like, and then I was like, because I was using my personal Instagram as like my I guess how to connect with people socially. But that did not work out too well because at the end of the day, I'm still young. I still have my own life outside of work. And so professional contacts of mine were kind of seeing my 21-year-old life. And it's like, they're kind of like, oh, like, she's, like, I don't know. Like,
well, I mean, it depends what you post, but like, I feel like attorneys like influencers kind of, like as long as you're not wilding out too much, like, but if you have like something else going on and you have followers and eyes, they'll feel like that would just help with their brand if you're associated and working for them.
Yes, that's true. But for me, it was more of like I didn't have a following like that. Like I didn't really, like even now my following's like under 2,000. Like I never focused on that, but I knew that I needed to differentiate my professional life from my personal. Just because I wanted to be known a certain way, in my career, but I also was not about to change my whole personality for that.
Yeah,
so I was still gonna be true to myself, true to Reina, but my people who know me from high school, who my friends outside of work, like I have a life outside of work.
Yeah.
That's for my personal Instagram. My professional Instagram came about as the Space City Injury Queen, which was what I created to kind of have everybody in the legal industry know me by that name.
But
I didn't want them to know Reina. Reina is my personal life. I want them to know Space City Injury Queen.
Got it.
So now when I go out to events with lawyers, like, oh, it's Space City.
Space City.
They call me a Space City Injury Queen. They don't even know Reina anymore.
And
they
so
know.
When they introduce or somebody's around,
Yeah.
instead of them hearing, hey, look, it's Reina, they're hearing, oh, it's Space City. They're gonna be like, oh, what's that?
Yes.
Instead of like Reina, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, of course, the ones who know me, they know me as Reina, but I am known now as like when you say Space City Injury Queen, like you know who it is, you know. So I try to create that persona for myself on that account, and me posting regularly, consistently about how I continue to do well within that industry and still want to, even if I'm not affiliated with a direct company, I'm still working on my legal stuff. I'm still posting. That's how I attracted clientele. Of like, they came to me knowing that I wasn't affiliated with a company. They're like, hey, I know you're not like working for someone right now. Can you do my stuff? Like, can you do my stuff? So then I started like collecting all these clientele who saw my potential, who saw what I was doing for the other companies. That was kind of my like my resume.
Did you have but like, what was your portfolio when they would reach out?
They didn't.
They already knew.
They just knew me as like, we know what you're capable of. Do it for us. Like I didn't even have like. It wasn't even social media that was my portfolio for any account that I ran before. It was more of like, I guess they knew my passion, my drive, my personality is like, whatever you did for them, like you were cool with them. Everyone knew you because of them. Do that for us.
Yeah.
And that's how I attracted the clients. I wouldn't even go out and market to them. They would come to me.
Damn.
They came to me. And that's when I realized, like, okay, something's cooking here because
Yeah.
I wasn't even ready for it. I feel like I wasn't even ready for that, but they came at me so fast. It's like, please do ours, do ours, do ours, do ours.
Yeah. No,
I got a little bit overwhelmed and I was like, I don't want to take everybody's money knowing that I'm biting off more than I can chew. But I also want to prove to people like this is my start. If I had a start, this was it.
Damn. Dog.
Yeah.
I was out at an event for working and another tent came up to me and was like, yo, I see those ads all the time. Like, who does them? Like, I love.
Yeah.
I was like, me. It was like, yo, like, can you do ours? And I was like, bet. And then she's like, send me she already saw the stuff. I guess she says send me like portfolio. So I sent her something, and they never hit me back. What did I do wrong?
Interesting.
Follow up, right?
So, okay. So they came up to you, you sent them your stuff, and then they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting to me because...
And they came up complimenting the stuff that I sent. Like, they were saying, we see the ads all the time. We love them. We love y'all's videos. Who does them?
Did you send them prices at the same time? Or
No. I didn't send them nothing.
Wow.
I just sent them the footage. Yeah.
That's weird. I think that something like that happened to me if I didn't get an immediate response. It's never personal. It's usually like either damn, like his stuff is really good. I know he's gonna charge a dime. It's either usually that or it's usually like they either went with somebody else because someone approached them faster. But I think a big thing is that I feel like you didn't follow up. For me, I'll follow up maybe like 3 times. I'm not afraid to be like, hey, did you get my thing? Like, let me know because I have people waiting.
Fuck.
I'm more of a person who's like, don't waste my time. Like, if you're serious, like, let's talk. But I have people who are waiting, so you have to kind of.
I took it personal. Like I gotta make a text and tell them not to go to their house because I took it very personal.
And that's the thing. I feel like I did not get in here with the thick skin. I had to the skin. And I would say my skin still is not thick. I'm still working on that, but it's more of like when it comes to my work, it's either like you resonate with it and you want it, or you don't. Some people don't agree with the content.
It's not their brand.
That I make.
Yeah, it's different. It's the brand.
And,
it's all about the brand.
And that sucks because I feel like your content is like extremely good. So for you to be like, damn, that hit me back to be my client, you gotta
maybe because maybe I shouldn't have done that while I'm working for somebody.
I think that might have been it, but I feel like
But
someone,
they knew that.
I feel like they wouldn't like use that as like that's a decision that you have to make.
Yeah.
They shouldn't make that for you. So
yeah, right, exactly. I would have figured.
Wait, how long ago was that?
Like 5 months ago.
So I would even just be like, hey, circling back to this. I was thinking about you guys the other day. I had a conversation and I noticed, I would be like, I noticed your social media still doesn't have like, just kind of put it in like, I
This
feel like,
shit weak.
yeah, I feel like you kind of, I've noticed your social media. I've been following you. I noticed we talked about this before, but I didn't hear anything back. Is this something you'd still be interested in? I think I can bring a lot to
I've noticed your
company.
social media, surprisingly, I know, but I noticed that there's not a lot going on. So maybe you want to follow back and, you know, get your shit popping. Yeah.
Exactly. Like it's never, honestly, it's never too late. Maybe something came up and they forgot about
How about
you.
that? Is there like a what's it called, the when you do something illegal and they can't charge you for it, statute of limitations for circling back? Like, is there like a time limit to no?
No. Like that's honestly, that's so smart that you like even like think to wonder that. But no, I feel like following up, like it's still in like consultation zone right there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would just be careful, like working for somebody else and taking on a client. I would kind of
I'm so cool when my boss. I'll talk to. I'll talk to.
Okay, just consult with them first, because some people can be like, "No, you're mine." You know,
No.
I've had that problem a lot of times where I couldn't run my own company working for somebody because they were like, why would you represent one company, which was my own, and represent us at the same time?"
Well, I wouldn't do another law firm. This company wasn't a law firm. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's like,
Okay, good.
I know. Like, to me, I know that would be wrong to me. Like, I would feel that's wrong. Like,
Yeah.
So, but it was a whole completely different.
I mean,
field.
unless you're under like a 1099 contract of like you kind of are freelance, that wouldn't be a problem. But if you're like a W-9 employee, then that's different.
West Side, baby, W-9.
But your content is fire. Like, I love your content, and I strongly admire your editing skills, because
Thank you.
editing is something that I struggle with. Like, I love to be the creative. I love to film, to make it, to have the ideas. But when it gets to the part where you're editing, that's why I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah,
like,
editing to me is like reading to you. It's like I might hold it like a course. I don't know, or do a course.
please do, because I will be first in line.
It's like I don't know. It's like writing music. Editing is a lot like mixing music. Like recording and mixing a song.
It is an art. It is an art form, and it takes. You can tell who's new at it, who's good at it, who puts their life into it.
Yeah,
and for me, I feel like I'm still working on like, oh, she's new, but like, give me some, like, my content is good, I feel like, but my editing does need work. So we could probably, if you want to host a class on that, I will promote that class for you.
Hell yeah! Like I'll even do the first tip right here is like every software is a software.
Yeah.
Every software from CapCut to Premiere Pro, they're essentially the same softwares, just with a different layout, different map. Every software can use the same effects, same plugins. So, you know, don't be ashamed to use CapCut. Fuck it, edit your fucking video on CapCut, dude. Like,
is CapCut like the beginner level?
Yeah.
That's what I would use.
It's kind of like same with the music software. Like, I use like Logic, which people say it's like user friendly, but it's because simplify that shit for me. Let me do the art. I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not big on like graphic digital, like that kind of stuff. I'm more of like, I want to be the creative. So I feel like when I get to that point in my life, if God willing, right, that I'm like, I can have a team with me. I want to just be the creative direction of like, let me be the center of it. Let me be the speaker. Let me be the talker. Yeah. And then I want someone else to do the editing for me, because it's so time consuming. It's so tedious. Yeah. It's super.
It's so like it's all that, but then you don't think about the memory and storage aspect, which is the most stressful. Like not like for real, I lost my hard drive. I got to get another one, but even hard drives, like, they fill up, and then you got to get another one. And you don't want to damage that. And it's just like a lot.
Damn, I haven't gotten to that problem yet, but thank you for foreshadowing. For
because you don't want to get your computer all filled up with stuff, and then you don't have no space, and then your computer starts running slow, and so you have to keep up with all this stuff and then be organized with it. So when it comes to people that edit like and film, like, it comes a lot of organization that comes into that.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Real quick before I wrap this up, how much time is left on these? On that one too. I did have a question. What's one of the biggest things you see people online doing wrong that's like holding their brand back, or something that they're not doing? Like,
okay, that's a good one. When I think about this, I think about mostly my attorney clientele that I try to kind of pitch to them. A lot of people that I kind of see their content, and I want to go out and be like, hey, let me help you. I see a lot of people, and not even, I think it goes outside of that too, of making videos and making content. So I guess videos and reels are the new thing now, right?
Yeah.
And so it's really hard to kind of capture someone's attention enough in a video for them to watch the whole thing. the one problem that I see is that people are informing more than being relatable. For example, I see a lot of attorneys kind of get in front of the camera and they could talk about all this, like, I don't know if you've ever heard of legalese, like, but speaking in like in a lawyer language that the common person that they're trying to market to,
It's not.
that's
I'm trying to
boring.
hear that
That's
shit.
not exciting. There's nothing unique about that.
Yeah.
And so I see a lot of attorneys and doctors and even just influencers who talk about serious subjects get in front of the camera and they are talking to their demographic. They are
Right.
not talking to the audience as in clientele. So my problem is I see people kind of
They're talking to like lawyers.
yes,
Instead of like should be,
yes,
because like the average person, you hire a lawyer when you need one.
yes.
You know, so you
And,
kind
and
of
outside of that, you don't think about it.
yeah.
So it's like, why
yeah.
would I want to know certain things? Like, what's going to help me as a consumer? You're talking in such technical, non-colorful terms. That's like, no one's watching that. But I also see other people make videos of like, they're just talking to talk. And it's like, they're not relating it to why is the person going to spend 30 seconds to 5 minutes out of their day watching you speak? What does it do for them?
Right.
So I had to learn a hard lesson of like make videos that people actually want to watch. Like no one's gonna sit there and watch me talking about myself for 5 minutes.
Do you feel like it's like a balance between niche and entertaining? Like,
Yes.
Like you,
Oh, yes.
You kind of gotta still inform a little, but be entertaining.
Inform for me, every single one of my videos that I make or any content that I put out, I try to inform half of it, and the other half I always try to. And what can you do? And what's in it for you? So I always try to, like, when I do my book reviews, I'm like, this is why I feel like you should read. If you want to be a better this, and this, read this book, and then talk about the book. So the person, when they're watching it, in the first 30 seconds, they're like, watching this video is going to be productive to my life because I will learn this from it. So I try to never really make videos that are like...
Because you approach it with that, what would you do question.
I approach it with like, what are you going to get out of it? I try not to... I used to make videos just for me of like, oh, I learned this the other day and this. Like, no one cares.
Yeah.
You have to be real and be like,
give
what
me an
is someone
example of
should
like,
watch?
what would you, like, give me an example
What
of
I would
that.
talk about? So I would, a lot of videos I have in my archive are me talking about like, I'm trying to think of like one specific example. It was more of like marketing stories in my specific industry that would relate just to me, my industry. No one outside of that would like care. Like
Right,
unless you're in personal injury or work with lawyers, you're not gonna resonate or care
But
about
that's
this.
who you're trying to get to, because you're trying to. I guess you're trying to get kind of both, because you're trying
Yeah.
to get clientele, the lawyers, but at the same time also maybe people that want to do this.
Yes, but my target audience was so small. It was actually just the marketers in the legal industry. So it wasn't lawyers, it wasn't doctors. I was speaking to people who were doing exactly what I was doing. That's a very small percentage of my industry. So I was making content of like how to be a better marketer, how to be a better sales, but it was more of like super specific. Like when you go to a lawyer's office, like you need to just things about like being at a lawyer's office, being a marketer, how to get them to like you.
Okay.
But it was super, super specific. It was like no one else is gonna sit and care about that except for if that's what you're doing for a living.
Right.
I think I
Okay.
would also make videos of like, here's some hard lessons that I learned as a 20-year-old in sales and marketing that were super personable to me.
But you're piquing the interest of people following that field, coming across.
Yeah.
Okay, I might run into this. I might.
think,
Okay.
I think I'm actually giving bad examples right now because these are actually content that could be good. Oh, here's one. Outfits, a day in my life videos. It's
Right.
like no one cares. Like if I'm going to the gym and then I'm going to go eat lunch and then I'm going to go to a meeting, it's like, what does that do for anybody watching your day in life? It's just as more of like a...
But we see those work for certain pages. Why?
Uh-huh.
Like we see POVs work for.
Yes.
Reach, influence,
Yeah.
Mhm.
audience.
Right. I feel like giving people a reason to come to your page.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's just like, to me, kind of, it seems like you get, some people get lucky. It's like catching lightning in a bottle. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you show your POV of like you going to get breakfast or lunch. So you just show like you waking up, blah, 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 and some of
Yeah.
those catch on.
Yes, they do. And I feel like if it's relatable to your niche, of what your page is all about, then yes. But I was making them about like just a day in my life, you know? And it's like, it didn't relate to anything. I was also doing like outfits, day in my, or I was doing like outfits as a young entrepreneur. And it's like that, it was good.
What about say like what if it's like POV day in my life as a marketing director? Like
before I wouldn't put that title, but now I learned that titles and captions matter because no one's gonna sit and just. I would make videos of me just like talking and looking all cute, and it's like that doesn't capture anybody's attention. Like for maybe a couple seconds because I look good
they
or
want
something.
To see you. They want to see you at the. It's like that shit. You look good. Yes. They want to see you at the coffee machine. They want to see you clocking in. They want a pocket watch. Like, damn, wait, I'm being overworked. Hold on, what is that? They want to see your paycheck. Yeah. How much is it? Tell me something. Okay. That's. I when we get up, man, I have a really good question actually. I need to ask you when we get off camera because
Okay, good. We can talk. I can talk about this all day because this is my like bread and butter.
Man, nah. I do want to ask you. You have a book club. Yeah. You have your own business, entrepreneurship. Which is absolutely beautiful. I absolutely love it. How do you feel about this? That's hilarious. No, when people are like, yeah, no. How do you feel about the Middle East? No. How do you feel about when people, when some women are like, damn, who fought for women's rights? Like, I don't want to work. Like, can we go back to women not working? Like, some women say that. Because it's women do enjoy, wife life. Is that something as an entrepreneur? And it seems like you're a serial entrepreneur.
Yes.
Like this is your addiction.
Seriously.
Like, yes. Do you see yourself like later in, like, even do you see like a future with a family, and even if you had a family, would you still continue this same mommy entrepreneurship?
I understand the question you're exactly trying to ask. Like, I've had this debate and conversation so many times, especially with like men that try to come into my life and like date me. We've had this talk several times. Even in book club, we debate over this. It's like because a lot of people in my book club are entrepreneurs also.
Right.
And there are a lot of women entrepreneurs. So it's like some guys are like, I just want my girl to be home and take care of her. I want to work. Like, I don't want my woman to be. And I think that is awesome if you want that life. For me, I grew up with, and I talked about this a couple times before, of like my dad put it in my head of like, he wanted me to grow up and be an independent businesswoman. Like, he put this in my head since I was a young kid.
That's hard.
Of like, he didn't care if I got married. He honestly didn't even want me to get married. He does not want me to have a husband. My dad
That's so dad coded.
Yeah, my dad could like care less if I had kids. Like, he's like, no, you're gonna be a successful, independent businesswoman. So I thought this my whole life is like, I have to be a businesswoman.
Yeah.
The
beautiful.
whole like, I feel like there's different groups of women of like, some women would never want to be an entrepreneur, would never want to be a boss lady, would never want to be a CEO. That's just not coded in them, and that's okay.
Yeah.
For me, since I was little, this is what I wanted. So will I, when I like grow up and eventually if I have a family, if that happens, I'm not even thinking about that right now, to be honest with you. I'm thinking about how can I keep leveling up.
Jeez.
So if it gets to the point where like I do have kids, I don't see this spark in me ever dying. I feel like this is what I want to do forever.
It would just mold.
I think just mold to fit my life at the time.
Yeah.
Will I have kids?
Because your life doesn't just stop. Like even after marriage or after kids, or after your life don't stop. Your life don't stop. It keeps going.
Yeah.
Horses don't stop. They keep going.
And I feel like I will just keep leveling up. Like even in the sense of like, when I have kids, I'll figure out a way to be a mommy entrepreneur. But will it be nice to like sit down, relax, like not do much, have people just be a mom? That would also be nice. But I tried that before. I tried to be like stay at home, like, do my thing. And I hated every minute of it. Like, I have to have a passion, a purpose. I have to have like something that I have to be busy.
A day off sounds nice, but then like halfway through that day off, like I gotta create. I have that itch with creating shit, podcasts, and music, and like I'm depressed if I'm not creating. So I feel like that's you with entrepreneurship, and like I get depressed if I'm not creative.
Too, yeah.
Well, entrepreneurship is creative. You have to be creative to even like you mapped out your path. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's you're not clocking in and following, orders and shit.
Yeah. I feel like people like us, we were meant to create, not to consume. Some people are meant to consume, not to create, and that's okay. But for us,
thank you for consuming, because we need people
and we need people like that. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like when I'm not creating,
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. When I create, I feel purposeful, and when I'm not, I feel like I'm wasting away my potential. So that feeling will drive me crazy. I will lose myself in that, like...
I feel like I'm a waste of tax money.
Yeah.
I feel like what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like, I need to go. What's your favorite genre book?
Oh, my favorite genre book of all time is my like self mastery books, like personal development. Like my book club is only people think book clubs like only have to be like romance, smut, like fiction books. No, my book club is like only personal development books. Only like I don't like to say the word self help because it seems to me it's kind of degrading, but it's such a widely known term.
It
It's
is
like,
a very degrading
it's
term.
it's like no, we're not trying to like help ourselves because we need help. It's like we
also like if I needed help, I have friends. Like it's like what is wrong?
I see it as like self mastery, like personal development, like personal growth.
Personal development.
That's my favorite type of books of like how to keep like consuming knowledge and getting better and improving myself. How to keep leveling up. I think about that every day. How can I be a better version of myself? So those are my favorite types of books. I gravitate a lot towards like leadership books. I love leadership books of like how to be a better leader, how to be a better boss, how to be a better manager, and I'm not even in a position to like really need that right now because I don't have employees, I don't have a team. But book club to me is like I'm a leader for book club. And I read these books that I read now to one day be a better boss for my employees. I read it with that in mind of like one day I will be a boss, so I want to be the best boss I can be to these people. And that probably won't be for another 10, 20 years, but I'm reading them now.
No, don't do that. No, much sooner than that. You tripping.
Yeah.
Much sooner than that.
I really hope
you graduated how long ago?
I graduated college when I was 20 in 2022. So it's been about 3 years since I've been out of college.
Yeah, you moving quick. You're like like technology. You know, it grows and exponentially. That's the right word, right?
Exponentially.
Exponentially. Yeah.
You put expeditiously and exponentially together.
What is it?
Exponentially and expeditiously, kind of like.
Exponentially is the word. Damn. Hey, look. I'm good at writing and rhyming words and making them make sense. Okay,
that's right.
I'm not
that's
good
right.
You know what? One word I can't fucking spell is entrepreneurship. And in my notes, I just gave up.
I feel like I couldn't even spell it out like that either.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
I want to restart every time.
And people say it differently. How do you say it?
Entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship. Okay, but how do you say it without the ship? How do you say the word?
How do I say entrepreneurship? Well,
no, without the ship.
Broke is really what I say with entrepreneur.
No, but like, what do you say like without ship on it? What's that word?
Entrepreneur.
Okay, good. That's how I say it too. But I've heard people say like entrepreneur.
Oh.
And like no. Yeah, no.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. And I'm like, no, entrepreneur. But it's like newer. Like
wait, entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Oh, it's because the EAUR.
Yeah. No. ENTRP. No, ENTRE, entre, PRE, new, NEUR.
And this is how I feel when I try to read a book. I'm like,
when
wait.
You're trying to read a book, you're like, no, go back.
I question shit so much. I'm like, did they spell this right? I'm like, this is not how you spell this shit. And I gotta look it up. That Wednesday and tomorrow, I can't.
Oh, yeah.
How many R's are in tomorrow? Like, how many M's are there? God damn, bro.
TOMORROW.
See, that's why you're the.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Period.
Period.
How can if somebody wants to join your book club, how can they do that?
So, I actually kind of want to shout out all my accounts real quick because they each have different like meetings. So, Space City Injury Inc. is on Instagram at spacecityinjuryqueen. That's more of like if you're in the legal industry, if you're wanting to learn how I kind of get those clientele, personal injury wise, if you've ever been involved in a car accident, and then if you want someone to talk to that's not a lawyer that you're intimidated by. I'm a regular person that's worked with all these types of lawyers that I can talk to you in regular language. I can hold your hand through it, and I can tell you what I would do for myself if I was ever in your situation. That's what I use that platform for because I feel like people need a trusted voice that's not just someone who's they're paying. Like my clients who are just regular people, they don't pay me a dime. The attorneys are the ones who pay me. So I will never take a dime out of your pocket.
So it's
So
that's
that's
a second opinion.
A second opinion, exactly. But mind you, I cannot give legal advice because I'm not a lawyer. I never give legal advice, but I will help you find someone who I trust myself.
Right.
missbizmarketingllc is my creative inspiration account. So on that account, I do more of like my marketing freelance stuff that I do. I do a lot of like lately I'm making a lot of resumes for people. I do a lot of speech writing. I do a lot of freelance speaking for people. I can write like columns in a magazine or newspaper for you. People who don't have time for that. I have a lot of my social media clients on there of like that. I run their social media accounts for them. But lately, I've been using it as more of a creative, inspirational platform, more of like an archive account of like, I post like random inspirational quotes on there that I feel like creative people need to see.
Okay.
Because that has
I'll
helped
peep
me.
that.
Yeah, I love doing that. It makes me so happy. But that's kind of like kind of niche. But people seem to really enjoy me posting that. So I'm going to keep doing it. And then my last account is book club account. So book club, Knowledge Power Book Club. If you want to be involved in a free social group with men and women, reading only self-mastery, personal development books, reading, getting together, reading one book a month, and then getting together at the end of the month to discuss this with other men and women, network with professionals, network with business owners, and just have a good time. And people think you have to, I'm charging to be in this club. I heard that recently. No, it's completely free. It's completely free.
You hear that?
Yeah, it's like if you want to be a better person, come to the club. Come to the club.
Right.
All you have to do to join it is just fill out an interest form so I can get a better idea of how I can be a better book club director for you and help you get the most out of book club. And we just go from there. And
Perfect.
Yeah, read some books.
Right, Anna, thank you for coming on the show so much, guys. Remember, there's been another episode, and please, as always, as I always warn you, please do not feed the ducks bread. We're out.